So Steve Jobs is probably one of very few people who can receive 2 movies in the gap of 3 years, and everyone's just fine with it. And some people ask, like, oh, why is he deserving of that? And to that I say, it's not like he's like the face of like the biggest company on the planet or anything. Is that not interesting for you? Because it is to me.
It's over when I say it's over.
Fuckers hate us because they ain't us.
In this life, you can lose everything that you love, everything that loves you.
Fuck you, Thunder! You can suck my dick!
If you get injured on the field, you better make sure you die.
You're a bad liar, Dave. That's good.
John C!
Danger is very real, but fear is a choice.
Think about how much money we can make. Come on, run!
That's the story. That's the body of love.
Just want something to wake up with more time on my hand than hours in the day.
Imagine if we could access 100%.
Hello. Yeah. I just watched the Steve Jobs movie, yeah. It's ironic I'm talking to you on an iPhone after this. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think his entire career was, in behind-the-scenes press conferences, but, what do I know about the guy, right? So right out the gate, I'll say my comparisons with this movie to the 2013 movie titled Jobs. That movie, it was pretty good. It was okay, but I don't think it was that memorable, meaning I don't really remember that much about it. I mean, that movie was a different story. Ultimately, it was about Steve Jobs in the garage trying to make it big, trying to make his company this thing. This movie, he's already in the big leagues. All of the scenes in the movie take place behind Apple press conferences, and they kind of show who Steve Jobs is that way, and they kind of say, oh, this is Steve Jobs via these things. Steve Jobs' career obviously spanned out more than these certain moments behind press conferences, but I thought it was a unique way to tell a story. And ultimately, this movie is a character study of this certain man who was a pretty controversial man. And really, this whole movie is Steve Jobs talking to people. And these people are the people close to him, and they ultimately are going back and forth with Jobs, who is this machine, and it's just this great dialogue, and I love it. These scenes are so well performed, so well written. I just really love watching it. I feel like I'm seeing this great stage performance. And I love all the characters in this movie. Like I said, they're all portrayed so well. Michael Fassbender, he kills it as Steve Jobs, like no question about it. Seth Rogen, he also really impressed me. It was a lot like when I saw Jonah Hill doing serious roles, where I was like, can you do a serious role, really? And after a short period of time, I forgot who Seth Rogen was, and all I saw was this character, which I don't think ever really happens in a movie with me starring Seth Rogen. And I love these kind of movies. It's rare I'll not like a dialogue-driven movie. And you see how Apple's like super now well-known history is laced in this movie. And it's just, it's so cool to see like the failed products and the good products, they're all fighting for just relevancy and to make it make good life on the shelf. And I remember at one point thinking in my life, after I saw the Jobs movie and a little bit before I saw this movie, I was like, what was so interesting and what was so important about Steve Jobs? What did he even do, really? Despite being this big computer person, he doesn't write code, he doesn't know it up and down, but he answers perfectly clear in this movie why he was so amazing. The people who write code and all that, they're the musicians. And he's not playing an instrument, he's playing the entire orchestra. And to close it out, I want to say, really, you watch this movie and you think, wow, Steve Jobs is kind of like this wall. He's pretty much like a dick. And you understand that he's that, but you also root for him because you understand why he acts this way. You understand his wants and his needs, like why he's so driven. And at the same time, these other people he's talking to know exactly what we know because they know him so well, which is amazing right there. It's amazing chemistry. And they're just trying to just go back and forth with him for seemingly like the millionth time. And oh my god, it was just so great to see. So with all that being said, I give Steve Jobs a 4 out of 5. It was a great movie and I loved it. With all that being said, guys, thank you for watching. As always, stick around for today's featured channel. Please subscribe. Have a wonderful day. And with that, I leave you.
Here I go again, girls, what's my weakness? Okay, then chillin', minding my business. You saw I looked around and I couldn't believe this. I swear.
Hey, Film Nation, so I'm going to be reviewing Deadpool. That's right, this masterpiece that just came out in the past 2 weeks. Oh my god, here we go. So this movie is directed by Tim Miller and stars Ryan Reynolds, and wow, this movie was amazing. So I'm going to get right into it. The directing was...
'Cause we're going up, then down. Are we around? Always going up, then down. Are we around? You and I were a big surprise. Always wanna put our love on the line. Secret lies, everything is fine. Never fought to ever keep us alive. 'Cause we're going up, then down. Are we